How much wealth do you think the top 1% actually has compared to the rest of us? We're going to get into that right now. All right, welcome into Working Wealth and Legacy. So as you can see from this chart here, this is the bottom 50 percentile of our country in the United States. And you can see here that on this red line, this is the graph since 1990, going all the way forward to now, about the wealth of the bottom 50 percentile. That's 50% of us or less, okay? And you can see right now the average here is about 2.5%. And now we're going to add on the 50th to the 90th percentile. So we're going to go, we're just right in the middle there, the middle slice of society. And you can see quite sizable, right? And that's a huge range, obviously. But you can see quite sizably that other piece is just a hair over 30%, okay, of our country is in that 50 to 90th percentile. And now we get to the final slug, the top 1%. We hear it in the news all the time. Depending on who you're listening to, you're going to hear it, okay? And people talk about the top 1% having all the wealth in this country. It's just not true. You could look on this chart right here. You will see on the red line here that the top 1% of this country has about 31%, almost the same as the 50th to 90th percentile in this chart above, okay? So they don't accumulate all the wealth in this country. In the top 1%, actually, the definition last year in 2024 was somebody who had 13.7 million or more in net worth, okay? So a lot of money, very few people like that in this country, but those people do not have 90% of the wealth in this country. Like we keep hearing all over the news, they have about 31% of the wealth in this country. I think it's important to point that out. In the bottom 50%, you got a lot of room to move from 2.5% of the wealth upwards for yourself. If you're in the middle, you have about a third of the wealth in this country. You're not alone. Most people in this country, 60%, are not in the top 1%. So please do me a favor, like and subscribe so I can keep bringing you content that will show you how to get to that 1 percentile someday if you choose to.